The amount of craftsmanship and attention to detail that goes into perfecting animated films is in a class of its own. Every tiny detail from movement to background objects has to be rendered and programmed to act naturally, and to stay consistent throughout the length of the picture.
Is that right?
It's no wonder that most of these films have received high praise from critics and award shows alike, and have earned fond memories from children and adults alike.
Ah, baboy.
That's why when a mistake makes its way into the final product, fans may never be able to look at that scene again without seeing the mistake. Here are 10 obvious mistakes we never noticed in our favorite animated movies. Are you a fan of movies and TV and want to stay up to date with our content? Give us a like and hit the subscribe button to stay current with all things Screen Rant. Also, do you like mobile games as much as we do?
I think so.
Boy, have we got some good news for you then. Stay tuned for some awesome info about an awesome game called War Robots. And before we start, can you guess this movie from these emojis? Stay tuned for the answer at the end of our video.
You kind of set off an eternal winter everywhere.
Everywhere?
Well, it's okay, you can just unfreeze it.
Frozen. Let it go, am I right, people? Well, that may be what the animators did with this once you see it mistake. In the mega hit film from Disney, Elsa runs away from home to the snowy mountains, and bursts into the song Let It Go as she changes into her Ice Queen form for the rest of the movie. During the number, however, Elsa lets her hair down in a fashion that straight up defies physics, as her hair braid passes directly through her arm. We knew Elsa had some crazy powers, but we didn't know she could influence matter. That is seriously impressive.
Oh no, we're crying at school!
Inside Out. You're probably more familiar with the case of Riley's mother and the teleporting glasses, but there's another animation mistake in the Oscar-winning picture by Pixar that you may not have noticed.
Are you kidding me? Out of the gates? This is not happening!
When sadness accidentally causes Riley to cry in class, fans may have noticed that something else was amiss. On her desk, Riley has a couple of notebooks, which somehow end up shuffling around on their own throughout the scene. Ironically, the color of one of her notebooks is blue, which fits nicely with the theme of sadness. The Road to El Dorado. After being stuck at sea, the con artists Tulio and Miguel are finally spared when they spy land in the distance. Overjoyed that they're not going to die in their tiny boats with the company of their horse, the two men begin praising the sand, even going as far as kissing it. It's quickly revealed that there are skulls littering the beach that they landed on, yet in a wide shot that was shown moments before the reveal of skeletons, there was no indication that there was anything at all on the beach.
What's your point?
Dramatic reveal is one thing, but teleporting skeleton heads would be enough to put most people back on the boat. Kubo and the Two Strings. A contender at the 2017 Academy Awards, Kubo and the Two Strings dazzled audiences and critics alike with its complex story and characters. But animation is very much a tricky endeavor, especially when it comes to digital stop-motion animation. In one instance in the film, Kubo is told to follow the setting sun in order to find the fabled helmet he needs to recover. There's only one problem: Kubo ends up walking towards the rising sun. The orientation of the shadows and the sun indicate that the animators may have had a momentary lapse in orientation, but thankfully it didn't stop Kubo from completing his quest. Pocahontas. Sometimes, animations end up doing the strangest things, quite often breaking the rules of logic and physics. That's exactly what happened in Disney's Pocahontas. In the film, Pocahontas and her friend Nakoma can be seen approaching the tent holding each other's hands. Yet under the moonlight, a different tale is being told, as the two friends' shadows are not holding hands. Is this the real story we're supposed to be looking at?
Please don't say anything.
Tiny details like this may not seem obvious during the animation process, but once it's out there, the tiniest details always seem so large, don't they?
Ah! Too loud for me!
Finding Nemo. Marlin thankfully found Nemo in the film, but did you find this animation mistake? Towards the film's climax, Nemo finally gets into the dentist's office with the help of the pelican Nigel. However, the dentist is not exactly happy to find a large bird in his place of work, quickly chucking Nigel out. Yet on the wall near the window, a poster magically disappears and reappears between shots. Your attention may be focused on the bird and the action, but one glance to the right and it becomes impossible not to see the poster between shots.
You should expect an increase in body hair, especially on your face, chest, armpits, and...
Thank you! That's enough!
Big Hero 6. One of the most memorable things from Big Hero 6 is the character Baymax.
Harry baby. Harry baby.
But there may be another memorable moment stashed away in your memory banks that we're about to drag back into the light. In the film, Hero is confronted by Professor Callahan pretty early on, who asks to see Hero's invention.
May I?
Sure.
Yet between shots, Professor Callahan's shirt somehow goes from blue to red and then back to blue. It's a quick moment, but as soon as you see it, you can't unsee it. The Lion King. The Lion King broke all of our hearts when it came out in 1993, and has continued to do so over the decades. But in an era before digital animation, the animators had to painstakingly animate by hand. It's amazing that the attention to detail is at the level that it is, but of course mistakes can still happen.
Precisely.
In the film, the hyena Shenzi ends up being slashed in the face by Simba, leaving deep triple-lined cuts across her face. Yet moments later in the movie, her wounds are completely gone, and not even a scar has been left behind.
What? What did you say?
Nothing.
I've got him!
Despicable Me. In the opening scene of the movie Despicable Me, a young boy can be seen running past a barricade with a toy plane in his left hand. The stubborn boy proceeds to then fall off of a wooden piece of scaffolding and into the fake pyramid, which springs the boy back up to safety. However, during this strange turn of events, the boy somehow had time to put the plane into his right hand, despite being extremely squished inside that fake pyramid. Monsters, Inc. Now what could possibly be scarier than monsters in the closet and under your bed? Well, forgetting where you stashed your evidence due to an animation mistake, of course. In the film, the child known as Boo makes her way into the monster world, which utterly terrifies Sully. In his fit of fear, he tries to flush Boo's belongings down the toilet after they stuck to the giant blue monster. The toilet begins to back up, and Sully decides to stash the evidence in locker 193. But during the next shot, it seems Sully actually put everything in locker 190. Damn it, Sully, pay attention. This is how problems are made.
Well, isn't that nice?
So there you have it, folks. Did you notice these mistakes before? Does knowing them ruin your enjoyment of certain scenes now? Whatever you may think, comment below and tell us your favorite animation mistake.
There he is.
Now, do you like mobile gaming? Why not head on over to your app store and take a crack at War Robots? War Robots is a highly competitive 6v6 multiplayer experience that can be downloaded straight to your mobile device. Joining the ranks of the Metal Warriors will give you access to some sweet chrome machinery as you fight your way to victory across a variety of even sweeter maps. By clicking Screen Rant's exclusive link below, you'll start up your robotic conquest with 100 golds, 100,000 silvers, and 2 guns straight from the get-go. That's a whole lot of benefits from your favorite YouTube channel. You're welcome, by the way. War Robots embraces improvisation, creativity, and admiration while still being really fun. And the answer to the movie emoji is... Did you get the right answer? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Screen Rant for more fun videos like this one. The fun doesn't stop here, as you can head on over to CBR to get even more fun content on the daily. Anyway, thanks for watching.